What Burna Boy just did is a masterclass in game. In case you're not tapped into the Nigerian side of the internet, I'm about to tell you the biggest trending story out of there right now. It all starts with this Nigerian socialite and Instagram model, Sophia. Sophia is an attractive young lady, as you can see, and because of this, she gets a lot of attention. To the point where Burna Boy, Nigeria's biggest act, eventually catches wind of her. Now, before I continue, I have to make it clear. Everything I'm about to say is alleged and is an account of all the events according to Sophia solely. According to Sophia, she first caught wind of Burna Boy trying to get her attention through her friend Ama. This lady right here, Amarachi Reginald, Ama for short, who just so happened to be dating this guy named Manny, Burna Boy's best friend and right-hand man. So basically, Ama had told her friend Sophia that her boyfriend's best friend, Burna Boy, was checking for her. At first, Sophia didn't take it too seriously because according to her, she doesn't like messing with musicians. But eventually, after some more persuading by her friend Ama, and some positive reinforcement by the owner of a popular spot in Lagos, Nigeria called Bay Rock, she decided she would go to Bay Rock with her friends, including Ama, and meet up with Burna Boy. They had some cool conversation back and forth, a little bit of flirting here and there, and apparently Burna Boy enjoyed spending time with her so much, he wanted to continue doing that at his spot. So as they were all leaving Bay Rock together, he told Sophia to just drive behind him in his convoy on the way to his house. Sophia tells Burna Boy, "Oh yeah, I'm right behind you," gets in her car, and then drives right the fuck home. In fact, according to her, by the time Burna Boy starts blowing up her phone to find out where she is, she was already in bed. She didn't feel the need to explain herself or her actions to anybody, so she just ignored her phone and went to sleep. The next day, she woke up to missed calls and texts from both her friend Ama and the owner of the Bay Rock. They were both just telling her how uncool it was to ghost all of them the night before and how disappointed Burna Boy was. So out of guilt and I'm guessing some shame, she decided to text an apology to Burna Boy, which is when she found out she got blocked by him the night before. So she decides, you know what, I'm not going to stress myself about it, he already blocked me, I'm going to put that behind me. A few weeks later, and she's hanging out with Ama and a few of her other friends in a private section of a club called something Palace, I can't remember the name now. Don't forget, her friend Ama dates Manny, Burna Boy's right-hand man. And wherever you see one, you see the other. So while Sophia and Ama were chilling in the private section in the basement, Burna Boy was chilling with Ama's boyfriend Manny upstairs, which means it was only a matter of time before Sophia and Burna Boy ran into each other again. And you would think this encounter would be awkward, but no. Burna Boy is willing to look past what she did a couple weeks before as long as she's willing to make it up to him. She agrees, they have fun talking to each other for a few hours. And yet again, Burna Boy extends an invitation to her to come to his house afterwards. This time though, she decides that she's gonna drive straight home even faster. And this is despite Burna Boy calling her from different numbers. By the time she got home, she had even gotten calls from her friend Ama on behalf of Burna Boy. Needless to say, her friend Ama was embarrassed and disappointed in her friend for acting like this towards Burna Boy. You gotta put yourself in her position. She's now losing favor in the eyes of both her boyfriend and her boyfriend's superstar best friend, Burna Boy. A couple days later, Ama decided to have a sit down with Sophia and really talk things out with her. Now, Ama isn't just any typical Nigerian woman. She's smart, which means she knows how to speak to people's self-interest. And she remembered that her friend Sophia had been raving for months about getting the Lamborghini SUV. She knew that if she were to put the possibility of getting a Lamborghini SUV from Burna Boy in Sophia's head, then that would increase Sophia's sense of urgency for getting with Burna Boy. On top of that, this isn't stated overtly, but it's very clear that Ama told Burna Boy that Sophia wants a Lamborghini SUV. Which is why 3 months later, after Burna Boy had come back from his trip to LA back to Lagos, Nigeria, and accidentally ran into Sophia yet again at another spot in Lagos, he had completely changed his strategy and approach for dealing with Sophia. Now he was making her promises, not about his future with her, but his ability to get her the Lamborghini SUV. Soft, I can get the Lambo for you, sharp. Bro hit her with that Ibomar is. No romance, no finance. Crazy work. Anyway, it looks like Sophia was liking what she was hearing. This wasn't her first rodeo being the sugar baby of a massive musician, so that's what she preferred. Plus, who doesn't want a brand new Lamborghini SUV that they don't have to pay for with their own money, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, how easy do you think it was for Burna Boy to finally bring her over to the crib? If you answered anything but 10, then you're not paying attention so far. Because by her own admission, Sophia admits she spent the night. Said tonight'll be the night. Yeah, we'll be doing something right. From this moment on, the dynamic completely flipped. It would be her doing her best to keep in touch with Burna Boy, calling, texting, WhatsApping, trying to ask him questions about when he's going to send over the money for that Lamborghini SUV. And Burna Boy being like, listen, I'm on the way to a show. I'm busy. Listen, I just got done doing a show. I need a rest. I'm on a plane right now to New York for a show. Hey, baby girl, look, I'm literally performing at a show right now. Oluwa Burna. And whenever they did hang out together, she was so desperate to get something out of him. She would literally begin to steal and pocket Burna Boy's money. Not even kidding. She admitted to this. Like, for instance, she highlights a time where they both go to the strip club together, and Burna Boy hands her bundles of cash to throw at the strippers. Guess what she did? She pocketed the money. So, needless to say, this chick was on a mission. Operation Get the Money I Was Promised Out of Burna Boy. And Burna Boy just wasn't forthcoming. Not that he can't afford it, that's Dongogon, that's Odogu. Alright, that's wipe my ass money for him. And that's kind of the point. He was going out of his way to not give her that Lambo SUV, even though he could. So eventually, and I'll give her credit for this, little Miss Sophia bossed up and actually got the Lambo SUV herself. Shout out to her. But not even a few weeks later, she receives news that sends her over the edge. Burna Boy was spotted in public in Lagos, Nigeria, with his new girlfriend, Chloe Bailey. And not only had he pulled out all the stops to impress her, dinner, private shows, etc., he had also gifted her the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Lady. The same exact watch that Sophia wanted to match with her Lambo SUV. And there you have it, the story of how Burna Boy hit the finesse of the year. Nigerian men remain undefeated. Well done, Burna. Well done. There are three major morals you can learn from this story. The first is that this is a very good case of a woman playing hard to get to the point where it backfires. I keep saying it, there's a difference between playing hard to get and playing impossible to get, and there's a very thin line that separates the two. The difference is that with one, the environment, the logistics are the things preventing you from actually getting the person you want. The other is you going out of your way to make yourself elusive and uncooperative, which will always backfire. All you do when you do that is build resentment in the other person. Bad idea. The second lesson, and very obvious one, money doesn't make up for bad game. I love how he came out on top in the end, but let's be honest, Burna Boy ran bad game. That's why he was in this situation in the first place. If he ran proper game on Sophia to begin with, he wouldn't have needed to put money on the table to get her attention. And finally, going off of the second point, if you sleep with a girl and she still needs monetary compensation afterwards, it means she doesn't value sleeping with you as much as she should, or she doesn't enjoy it as much as she can. Don't get it twisted. A hoe is a hoe and will always be about their money. But even they will start letting shit slide if you're hitting it right. Because then in that scenario, they're at least getting value sexually that isn't being exchanged monetarily. Real G's know what I'm talking about. Getting naked with you is the payment. If you want some solid advice on how to leave psychological and emotional impact in the bedroom, I highly recommend Hypnotica Erotica. I made this to be the ultimate guide on how to be completely unforgettable in the bedroom. You can't really lead a girl to complete obsession without learning how to access all her trigger points anyway. Hit the link in my bio and then hit the button in my link tree that says Hypnotica Erotica. It's not for everybody, but if you feel like it's a good fit for you, then I'll see you inside. It's been Jason's favorite scientist. With all this information, what you must.